Facts. But what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the ALL-iN podcast. It's your host, Bird, and I'm with my guy,
Mr. Bodega, a.k.a. Slim.
Yes, sir, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I got a little congestion, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm chilling. Nah, you're good. You're good. Nah, I'm not sick. It's just like, I don't know. It's just fucking a little head, little
Bro,
sinus
I think there's something going on because, like, my son was sick, like, a week ago, and he was good, and then he caught another cough. And I'm like, he tells me he's not sick, but I hear the cough. And then it's like, I was sick for a few days, and then I thought I was good. And then, like, I still felt weak the next 2 days. And I low-key felt like maybe it was COVID, but, I mean, no, like, it wasn't. Like, I was still able to eat, smoke, smell, taste, all that shit. It was just weird. And then, like, you hear about, like, this whole virus of ammonia going around. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that shit. I just know mine is damn near done. It was just, like, a little sinus thing. Like, I ain't had too much thing. And, like, yeah, I was coughing when I was smoking, but, like, not smoking, I wasn't coughing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's why I said I wasn't really sick. It was just weird. I got, like, congested.
Yeah.
Sound like congested.
That's kind of like dealing with, like, symptoms of ammonia. But, like, basically, like, check it out. Like, there's some been going around, but the internet and social media are trying to hide it. But, like, it pops up, and it's, like, a really ongoing thing. And I heard about it recently, and then I seen it again. And it's, like, that's what I was thinking about because, bro, I mean, lately I've been sleeping with the window open and shit like that. But it's, like, I haven't been around no one sick. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, it was, like, good. Then caught a weird cough and, like, congested and shit like that. So it's just weird. But, you know, you never know nowadays. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know what the fuck I catch whenever I get sick nowadays, bro.
Nah, see, mine was, like, I kind of know, like, I had turned the fan on in the middle of the night. And then I had the air on. So it was, like, 68 degrees in my house.
Oh, shit.
Cold. And I ain't had no shirt, no socks, none of them. So
Yeah,
like,
lately I've been sleeping over the house at like 72, 73.
I'm warming that bitch up now.
Yeah. But speaking of internet and social media influence, bro, like we were talking about like this political shit going on, bro. And it's funny that you brought that up because, you know, this whole election is so big. Like it's more social media than anything. And what were you telling me? Like what you've been saying?
Like, bro, they're like literally like going on people's pods. They're paying artists.
Yep.
Like she brought out Beyonce.
Yeah.
Because she know Beyonce was going to bring people to the rally. Brought people there. Beyonce didn't perform. They're booing her ass.
Oh, shit.
You get what I'm saying? Like, people, like, it's all like a fucking game, bro. Like, it's just so crazy how, like, they're trying to, like, make us think that, like, maybe she is good for us or maybe he is good for us just through music, podcasts, influencers, just different shit. And it's kind of crazy that they're doing that.
No, facts. Like Trump, he was on the Full Send podcast an episode twice.
Yeah.
Recently, and then he's also going to be on Joe Rogan's. And
I seen the Joe Rogan. He was already on Joe Rogan. They aired it last night.
Oh, they did. So boom, yeah. I watched this pod like 3-4 days ago, and they said it. But I'm like, dang, that's crazy. But it's smart because Joe Rogan is the #1 podcast in the world, you know. But what's funny is apparently too the female running for it was also going to be on there, but because he was able to get Trump, that he was like, nah, we're good.
No, he said he still might do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, the girl?
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name? Camila Harris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I also heard that she did the second or third biggest podcast in the world called Call Me Daddy, or Call Her Daddy, or some shit like that. It's this girl, but I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you on there? And that's why it goes with what we're talking about. Like they're doing the most because that one's literally about like
females.
Yeah, females and sexual stories and shit like that.
Joe Rogan's all about like it's more male ran.
Yeah,
not ran, but male dominant.
Yeah, and then I also hear like that they're also using artists, and I've seen it on social media. I'm like, damn, and that's my thing. Like people don't understand. It's like not even really politics. It's about influence and control, bro.
Yeah,
and that's why they're using some of the biggest
they already
artists.
control the media, and they know nobody watches fucking TV no more.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the best next thing? YouTube, podcasts. What do YouTube have? Rappers, artists, R&B singers, country singers. Because even like a couple country singers endorsed her. A couple other people endorsed her too. So it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
like,
all right, here's my thing. Like, I don't really get involved with the politics. I don't even like talking about it. But like, if I had to give you my honest opinion, how I go about it is, I go about who's knocking their taxes. You know what I mean? Like as
Facts.
much, like this is my opinion. You guys can feel the type of way, but it's like really these fucking people don't give a fuck about us. Like our one vote really doesn't do anything. Like let's just be real. Like it doesn't. And then I'll give you an example. One time I went to go vote, and I think this was for Obama's second run or whatever, and they sent me a letter saying, "Oh, my votes didn't make it because of so and so, this and that." I'm like, "What the fuck? I just waited in a long ass line. Like I went out of my way to go fucking vote, and you guys didn't even use my vote. Like it was stupid as fuck." And from there, like
I don't see how they don't use your vote. I thought everybody's vote gets counted.
no,
I didn't know it was
no.
like.
So if I don't remember word for word, but it was just basically like they had already X amount of votes that they needed within the section or the area. So mine weren't needed or some shit like that. It's weird. But I swear to God,
I
like,
would think you would want every like.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I figured out this shit is bogus, bro. It's really just about influence, bro. It's really just about influence. And it's like one thing I realized on, if you guys don't watch those prop commercials, like for Kamala Harris, if you guys really pay attention, most of them are talking about like, oh, Kamala Harris is going to tax and make sure that the rich people pay more taxes so that they can use the money for this and that, da-da-da-da. But what you dumbasses don't understand is they're not just taxing the fucking rich people, they're taxing everybody. Everybody. So even you middle class people or lower class people, you're going to get taxed just as much. Like the percentage is
To you,
yeah.
it's not going to be how much they pay. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just think about this: like a millionaire might get taxed like $10,000.
Yeah, or
right?
at least 100 probably. Yeah.
Yeah, or 100,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'm just saying, just
Mm-hmm.
a random number. It'll be like you getting taxed $2, $5 every time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It wouldn't. You wouldn't.
No one's benefiting from that.
Yeah.
So the only reason why, like, I mean, if I would vote, I just feel like Trump is more of a straight up fucking individual. Like, obviously not 100%, but I feel like more straight up than most of the other people. Because I feel like normally when I see people running, it's really just like they're going to say whatever sounds good. And I feel like Trump says whatever.
They both are saying whatever the people want to hear. Honestly, sometimes, but
for the most part.
But I feel like Trump does say his mind more.
A little more.
She's kind of more like trying to be with the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And if she just backed up a little bit and not trying to be with the culture, it would flow more better.
Mm-hmm,
Like that's what she doesn't understand. She's forcing it a little too much.
Yeah.
If she would like just take it back a notch, people like I'm not saying people don't fuck with her now.
Yeah.
She got a big ass following.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just saying like the people that are like borderline like me,
Yeah.
like I don't know who I'm about to vote for. I don't really.
Yeah. I'm not even.
Not saying I give a fuck.
Yeah.
I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you
me
know what I'm
too.
saying? Like it's not gonna change what I'm doing.
Nope.
So yeah, it might change a little bit of shit around me, but it ain't gonna change much. Just like what they said, like when Obamacare and all that shit took over, your doctor didn't change.
Nope. Nope.
Just the care the medicine did.
No, exactly, and that's why I mean, to be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna vote. Like, I don't feel like it's gonna make a difference. Still gonna get taxed. Still gonna have to pay bills. Still gonna have to do all this extra shit. You know what I mean? And shit, that just means we gotta make more money.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't ever talk about it, bro. I don't ever talk about politics or anything like that. Why do you think like certain people like care so much? Like, you ever talk to someone and they're like, "Oh, this person, oh, this person," like
just like when you talk to certain people about religion and stuff.
Yeah.
Like some people are very like passionate.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like how you're passionate about your brand and stuff like that, or even the weed industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of different stuff in the weed industry. You know a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that other people outside don't know.
Yeah.
So it's the same way. Like with politics, some people would be like, "I've done studied this shit my whole life. I love this shit my whole life."
Right.
To like not prove people wrong, but to like when people say some shit, you can correct them.
Yeah.
Just like if somebody tells me like this motor is this motor or this is this, like I can kind of like know the difference because I've been doing this so long.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like before, I didn't.
Yeah.
And people will correct me the same way how they're correcting those, politicians and people like that.
But I feel like religion is a lot more sensitive than politics.
Yeah, I don't even.
Bro, have you ever gotten in an argument over religion with people?
Nah, I'm a little bit smarter.
Yeah. Bro, I once got in an argument with Kels when we went to that Utah, Wyoming.
But
Remember
you gotta
that
think.
night?
Okay, you gotta think.
Let's talk about it,
Kels
though.
is
Let's talk
Mormon.
about this.
Kels
No,
is
yeah.
Mormon,
I realized that. Well, I realized like how
he was raised Mormon.
Yeah. But can we talk about it? Like,
Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
and this is just to prove something, and I just let's talk about it. But there was a trip where was it? We all went. We all
Brian Head,
what city? What state is that?
Utah.
Yeah, we all went as a squad. Like all of us, like a lot of us, got this big ass mansion cabin up there. And what is it called?
Fucking Brian Head, Utah,
fucking Utah, whatever.
Right by the ski resort.
Yeah, right. And we're drinking. I think this was the second night, maybe. Yeah, the second night we were drinking, and like it was just me.
We did shrooms.
Yeah, we did shrooms. We were faded as shit. It was cold as fuck, but it was me, Kels, his lady, Brody, his girl, and just me. I think, and maybe one other person I don't remember, and everyone else like kind of went to sleep. Like we were just chilling and talking, and I forgot how it got brought up, but I was a little faded, bro, and sometimes people take this the wrong way, and I'm sober as fuck right now, so like let's talk about it. But basically what happened was I was basically insinuating that like I believe that there's a higher power. I believe in God and Jesus Christ, but I don't believe in them to where I lay my life and future in their hands. That makes sense?
Okay, yeah. So you can't say right there what you just said. It's not bad, but
it would offend people.
No, he's fucking Mormon. So
I know.
Like he's like by the book Mormon.
Yeah.
So like he believes in all that. So like when you say stuff like that, it kind of like not contradicts itself, but it kind of like.
It makes people feel type of way.
Yeah, especially if that's what they grew up their whole life on.
But here's the thing.
So that's the only reason I think y'all really bumped head. It wasn't because like he didn't like respect your beliefs or respect.
He didn't respect it.
I wasn't there.
He didn't. No, I know you guys heard us arguing. But here's the thing. Like I feel like when you're having a conversation with an adult, you can be respectful to someone else's views.
Yeah.
You that's where I'm coming from.
No, but it's just like 100%. But if you go and say something crazy about like not his views, but the person that he's like respecting,
right?
Then they're gonna kind of feel some type of way.
Okay, so let me break down what happened. Basically, and don't fucking go crazy on me over this shit, but I've been through a lot, and I told him that I was like I've been through a lot of fucked up situations in my life. And I always used to pray. I always used to talk to God. There was times in my life where I did read the Bible, and I would leave my faith in God's hands, and I was also at a point where I'm kind of pivoting in my life as far as wanting to be an entrepreneur, and working a hard job. And, I was at a point where I was questioning everything and really trying to figure out who I am and my mindset and what I want to do in life. I'm sure you had a moment like that in your life. And, nothing was working. And I realized nothing was working was because I was relying on something that's not reality. And I know that might sound crazy, but what I mean is I feel like this. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hustler. So if I just keep praying but I'm not working towards my goals, then I'm going to stay stuck. Mm-hmm. But if I pray and I put action behind those prayers, because those actions are going to allow me to see the doors that Jesus or God has opened for me, right? Rather than just praying, that's what I leave my hands in. Or I put myself in a situation where my actions are going to be the cause of my success, and not just for me to be like, because of God, I'm here where I'm at. Mm-hmm. It's part of it because I have faith, but part of having faith is also having faith in yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's where the miscommunication was, because I said, I just don't rely on God. I really rely on myself more than anything, because if it's not for me, God is just going to be there and watching me, but not really pushing me because I have to push myself. I have to go and open that door. Yeah. I have to go to that business meeting. You know, I have to go here and do this. That's where you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
you should give them an example like this. Like it's just like all those people that have hella faith, or those like pastors and their kids get on drugs.
Yeah.
And they're in rehab and they just pray for them every day. Every day they're praying. But they're not doing nothing but praying. They ain't trying to like help them. They ain't trying to get them. Yeah, they got them in rehab, but that's about it. Or even if they don't get them into rehab, they be like, oh, we're going to pray for them. We're going to do this. I understand faith, and I understand that, like, yeah, praying is a big thing, and it does help certain people. Some people don't. I'm not saying they don't believe, but some like you can pray it every day and not believe in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can go kneel down and say, hey, I want to be a billionaire every day. Yeah. Pray. Hey, I want to be a billionaire every day. But it's not going to just happen.
It's not going to happen.
You can't just lay in the bed and not do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that is a good thing.
But you understand my point of view,
Yeah, you should just tell them, like, yo, somebody gets hurt, somebody does this, they pray. It's not going to help unless they got medicine or, like, you know what I'm saying, physical.
Bro, like, I'll give you an example, and I told them this too. And I think it's because we're all intoxicated. But I even told him, I was like, bro, there was parts in my life when I was a little kid where I shouldn't have been around. I shouldn't have gone through that. And I used to pray all the time. My dad used to take us to church. My uncles and my aunties used to take us to church. And I used to be like, bro, we don't deserve this shit. Like, I don't deserve this shit. And I would pray. I'm like, where's God at? And I'm being honest with you, bro. Like, I used to really be like, fucking, where the fuck are you at, bro? Like, I've already gone through so much fucking shit as a little kid. I can't even enjoy my childhood because I'm fucking worried about this. I'm worried about this. I'm dealing with this. We don't got no food. I don't know where my fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm being deep right now because this is like at the point in my life when I'm little where I really had those conversations with myself. And honestly, bro, like, as a little kid, I used to be a low-key villain in a sense. Like, I used to steal. I used to take shit from people. And it wasn't to steal to flex. It was just because I wanted food. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I wanted to buy my family and my brothers and shit McDonald's or order pizza. You know what I mean? And I knew it. And then I would go to church and I'd be like, I shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Like, I literally would go to church and I'm like, I don't deserve to be in the presence of Jesus Christ because I'm not going to stop stealing because I need money. You know what I'm saying? And I would beat myself down, bro. And that's why I would think about that. And then I would think about what I told you when I was pivoting in my early 20s. And that's what I mean. Like, people don't understand. Like, I mean, clearly Kels and probably them never really went through the shit I went through. And when you go through certain shit, it really makes you question life. And I feel like because of that, people like that, they can't see another side. They can't see from the outside looking in because they don't know what it's like. And that's the hardest part where you can really have a misunderstanding because someone that's literally never been through shit doesn't know nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm going to just say, like, my childhood, it was straight. You know what I'm saying? I had a good childhood. I'm not going to say I agree or not agree, but can, like, relate with the childhood. But I have, when I got older, been broke as fuck. Like I said, not being able to pay for shit, you know what I'm saying? So I know what you mean in a sense of, like, down to your last, you're, like, really, like, sitting there trying to, like, figure shit out and you're praying. Yeah. Like, I mean, but it's not a bad thing or a good thing. Like, you can, like, some people just pray just to say they pray. Yeah. Just to say they did it. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually believe in it and then it helps them out. Because you can pray and it can get you that extra motivation that you need to get out there and get going.
Right. I believe that. Yeah. I strongly believe that. And that's why I still pray today. Because not only does it keep me in check, but it's like I feel like that's part of my life is to have a relationship with God. Even though I don't fully have a relationship like other people, I have my own separate relationship.
But you got to think God has a relationship with all his children in different ways.
Exactly. So, and that's why growing up, I had to realize that, like, stop judging myself harder than
Because even
Jesus
the
Christ.
crackheads and all them still have a relationship.
Yeah.
They're fighting demons, but they still have a relationship.
Right,
They're still
right.
here. They
Yeah.
still wake up every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the most part,
Yeah.
if they go to sleep.
And that's the thing too. Like you said, like, you know, you had a different upbringing. I had a different upbringing. That's my main thing. When you okay, let's dive a little deep. Hopefully, I don't offend anyone. But like when you hear of God and Jesus, it's like, you know, you think of it a certain way of God's got my back through anything, thick and thin. He's gonna protect me. You know, He's gonna be there for me. Like if He's gonna put a roof over my head, put food on my table, type shit, right?
No, he's just there to
No,
protect your
but
soul.
no, you're right. That part I realized growing up, but like when growing up, it's like when you're going to church, it's like, you know, like I just feel like it's like, okay, put everything you have in God's hands. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like He's gonna lead you. And there's a misconception right there because, you know, I have other examples, but anyways, I don't want to get like that deep into other.
I wouldn't
shit,
say
but
he's going to lead you. He's more going to show you steps or ways to how to go, or put obstacles in there to curve you into the path that you actually need to. Because sometimes there be hardship and a lot of shit be happening, but you still just got to stay down and really be like.
I'll give you another example of an incident. Shout out to my dad. He's probably gonna watch this. Sorry, Dad. Don't get fucking mad at me. But you know, it's my own opinion based off my own life experiences. But you know, one of my brothers, bro. No disrespect to my brother. I love my brothers. I help out my family. I want to see them win, no matter what. But anyways, you know, my brother was going through a lot, and you know, my dad and them would sugarcoat shit. It's like, just, you know, keep working. Like, it's okay. Just pray. God's going to make sure you're good. God's watching you. And I used to get mad when they tell him that, because I would be like, bro, don't just pray. Go fucking work, bro. Like, God's not going to put money in your account. And, you know, they would feel type of way about it. And then I would explain to them. But I would tell them, like, bro, like, Dad, stop saying that shit. Like, I get your intentions and all that, and I get you just want to tell him something positive, but don't tell him that shit. My brother needs tough love. My brother needs to be told what the fuck he needs to do. Like, you got to be direct with my brother, or else my brother's not going to get it. He's going to keep trying to figure out life, and he's just going to keep blaming everyone else type shit. But, you know, I told my dad and my sisters and them, I'm like, I'm the one that's going to tell my brother what it is. I'm going to be direct with him. Like, I'm going to make sure I do my best to make sure he's straight, but also give him that real love shit, that real life shit, not just, you know, financially provide for him. But, you know, I used to tell my brother that, and, like, it took him a while to really understand what I was telling him. And it's like, and we had a conversation about it more. It's like, it's not that I don't want you to not believe in God. I need you to believe in yourself more than anything, you know?
Yeah.
And that was my thing, bro. And yeah, you know, hey, you guys have your own relationship with Jesus Christ. Respect it, you know. I know people that don't believe in Jesus Christ. Respect that too, you know. But to each his own, you know. And yeah, but you know what? Having that conversation made me want to ask you something. Like, has there ever been a time in your life that, like, really, like, imprinted something on you, whether it feels like good or bad, like whether if it scarred you, whether if it traumatized you, or it feels like something that happened that made you the happiest in the world? Like,
Got a couple of those, but it just depends.
well, let's talk about like, have you ever had an incident where it scarred you or traumatized you, like growing up or in your teens or whatever, or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
What happened?
I can't get into too much, like, crazy detail.
Yeah.
I just know that, like, I was young. I was younger, probably, like, I don't know. I just turned 19. You know what I'm saying? And met a chick. You know, everything was cool, chilling. And met another chick that was like she's like gay or whatever, but she was like my homegirl, and she introduced me to, like, her cousins and shit. And then, like, her cousin, like, was just some hating ass nigga, man. Like ever since day one, he always was like on some weird ass shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, niggas like. Long story short, they just like shit built up over a while. He tried to like fuck with the chick I was talking to at the time. That shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
He tried to run up on me at a little barbecue. That shit didn't happen. He got embarrassed. You feel me? And then fucking so after that, niggas like low key like put a hit on me. You feel me? Like
shit.
so like it was only reason I say it was like traumatizing. It was like I had my daughter. I was coming home from her grandma's house. She was probably like, I want to say she was like a year and some change, maybe.
Yeah.
So she in the car seat. She chilling. She don't know what the fuck. I live in an apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? It's one way in, one way out. You feel me? I already knew shit was already kind of icky because we got into it a second time at a gas station. And some shit went down. And you feel me? So like, I already knew it was kind of like a touchy situation, you feel me? So I was like, I got the chopper, I'm in the car, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Tennessee, so I got concealed carry, so I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the car, I got my daughter. We had to go get clothes for her. That was the whole thing. It wasn't even like I had to go spend the night. We had to get clothes. And then my BMs at the time, she was, I don't know where she I can't remember where she was at. That's the whole thing. I just know I had to have the baby with me at the time.
Yeah.
So we go back, and I call my homie, because I had a weird feeling. I pulled at the front, and I was like, yo, like, run over to, because he lived in my same apartments.
Yeah.
I was like, run over to my apartment and see if you see some shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like about to pull in. He runs over, he runs back. He's like, hey, yo, don't even come in.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, it's like 3 cars in there. The niggas is like loading AKs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, it's straight. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up like leaving, doing what I had to do, drop my daughter off. And then like, that's just like one of those situations. And more to it, but like a lot of it is.
Was it more stressful because you had to like?
It was more stressful because
the
nigga was, because when we got into it at the gas station, I had my daughter too, and I had my BMs, and they still try to, you know what I'm saying, at the gas station.
Damn.
But I had my shit. You feel what I'm saying? I got first. You know what I'm saying? When I got out on first, it's done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we got up out of there, and then like. After that, I knew it was gonna be bad because of what I did.
Yeah.
But they tried to get me with my daughter and my so crazy, it's different. You feel me?
Of course. So. That's a tough situation, bro. Because the last thing I want is, I'm okay with maybe putting myself in that type of situation, but to have my family or my son or your daughter in that situation involved in it makes everything worse, right?
Yeah, it's just. Niggas is just pussy, bro. Like, and they still pussy to this day, nigga. Every time I see you, it's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's just like niggas is just pussy. Like, bro didn't even want to do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Every time I try to squabble with this shit, get this shit out of the way, it was never no one-on-one. It was always me by myself. You feel me saying? And he got like 3-4 people. So it was always, that's the only thing that was like fucking with me, is because like, bro, when I'm by myself, I don't see this nigga. Every time I'm with my fucking family or I'm with my daughter, he pop up out of nowhere type shit on some weird shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd been different. It was just by myself. I ain't have my daughter. And that's the only thing I could say that like was some like, not life changing shit. Just I just know how to like move different now.
Right.
You feel me?
So
what about you?
I have a few. I have a lot, not even a few. But you know what? This is about to be really deep too. This is the ALL-iN podcast, but this is the one thing I think about all the time, and it's still to this day. And it's not in a sense of because I'm like still living in the past, or I'm like blaming myself for the past, or nothing like that. Like, I don't feel sorry for myself or anything like that. Like, I went through it all mentally, battled all my demons, made peace with everything. But this one incident, bro, and I literally remember and still think about it like I was there. But I don't remember how old I was. I want to say I was like maybe first grade or some shit like this, bro. And I'll fucking always remember this. And it actually makes me feel type of way sometimes, not all the time. But, you know, there's an incident going on between my parents. Damn, I hope my dad don't feel type of way about this, that I'm speaking on this. But this is literally something that scarred me. But my dad and my mom were arguing. It was like a domestic dispute.
Yeah.
and all me and my brothers were in there, and we had a 3-bedroom apartment. I think it was like Tahunga or some shit like that. And my mom and my dad were arguing, and then the cops came, and because it was like a domestic dispute, he said, she said, they arrested my dad. Bro, that shit broke me, bro. I just started bawling out. I fucking socked. We had this big ass living room screen window, huge. I just fucking socked that shit with my fist, and I was bleeding, and everyone, my mom and my mom's friend at the time, and they were trying to calm me down and wrap my hand up and shit like that, and that shit hurt me, bro, because that's my dad. You know what I mean? I felt like I had that more relationship with my dad, or more of a, in my opinion, more of like a bond with my dad than my mom. But I love my mom that I know of. But anyways, and then the next day, I think it was the next day or something like that, my dad had came home, bro. We packed our shit. I don't know how long after that event it was. We packed our shit up and we dipped. My dad took me and my brothers, got loaded up our car, and we fucking left her, bro. She wasn't even home at the time. I think she was doing drugs. But that moment, that whole incident, feels like it was like within the same day. That always like fucking weighed some heavy weight on my, or how do you say it? Just made me feel type of way. And I was look at that incident, I'm like, dang, that was fucking crazy, bro. Like, and like everything my dad did for us and why we left, like I love my dad so much for that. You know what I mean? Like he, real fucking man, like a real fucking man. And that's why, like, I'm a real fucking man and a great fucking father, and will never be a deadbeat or anything to any of my kids, bro, moving forward in the future or whoever. But, that was a very traumatizing moment in my life. And, bro, like, I don't know why, like, it's just crazy, Like, this is a crazy story, bro. But
it is pretty wild.
Yeah. And I know I didn't understand why we left until I got older, bro. And it's because my mom's a fucking drug addict. Like, she would take us next door, fucking babysitting while doing drugs, And we would hang around the friends without even knowing, like, they're the reason why my mom became a drug addict. You know what I mean? Because my mom didn't have shit to do, bro. My dad and them met in the Philippines when he was in the Marines. Had my 2 sisters, I believe, in the Philippines. And then when he got out, moved her over here. And she didn't have shit to do, bro. She was just a full-time mom. And there's 5 of us. And my dad was working nonstop, bro. So it's like you really don't have a social life. So you're going to do what's next to you. And growing up, I kind of started understanding that and kind of accepting it. You know what I mean? Like, not really. I don't hate my mom. I haven't met her since I was like, or seen her since I was in like 1st grade, I think. Or maybe even kindergarten, but I don't hold no grudge to her. I don't have no hate. Like, I don't ever cry and be like, why? Where's my mom? I've never been like that. I've always been mature enough, and my dad always raised us to be mature enough to understand the situation, be a fucking man, and, hold that shit. Like, but yeah, bro, that's one of the most traumatizing things in my life that I had to go through.
That's a wild, I wouldn't even,
Yeah, bro.
It's one of those wild-ass stories.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, motherfuckers, me and my, and shout out to my sister, bro. She was like my mom after that. Like, I've never really, like, told her I appreciate her, but my sister had to take over, bro. And she's only, like, 5th grade, 6th grade, bro. Had to take over 5 kids when my dad was working 12, 14-hour days, even on holidays, as a bus driver. You know what I mean? But shout out to my sister, a real one. Yo, you guys, so, for anyone that's ever gone through any type of childhood trauma, my advice to you is to mentally deal with it and acknowledge it, because I've seen a lot of, I don't know if you know a lot of people like this, but I've seen a lot of people and I've met a lot of people that have childhood trauma, and because of that, they're drug addicts, they're homeless, criminals. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I know a lot of childhood traumas that went to the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, well, that's why there's good and bad. But what we're talking about is the negative side of it.
Oh, yeah.
So the negative side of it is like, and this is what I'm saying, because it's like me personally, like I should have been a criminal, or I probably should have been a drug
Well,
addict type shit.
I wouldn't say that. One, you don't have a addicted personality to be a druggie.
I low key do, but not a bad one.
No, like in a sense of like, you know what your body can take and can't take.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, you might be addicted to smoking weed or however people say it, or you drink more than the average and stuff like that, but you're not on pills. You're not on other, you know what I'm saying? Like in certain sense, like you could be on like fucking other shit.
Yeah,
you're not on whippets. You're not on none of that.
Yeah.
Like you don't even like smoking carts.
No.
So like, so that's
right.
what I'm saying. Like you understand there's certain shit for your body.
Yeah.
Some of those people don't have that like discipline
and self-will. Well, so let me tell you something. I don't know if you know this, but most of the time when kids come from a broken home and one of them was a drug addict, it's gonna recycle to somebody. If you don't know that, it's really a high statistic. It's really high. Like, you're either going to become what your parents were, or you're going to end up a criminal, considering how we were raised. I swear to God, I mean this.
But that's why your dad.
Shout out to my dad.
Got you out of there.
Yeah, but I know, and I'm only telling you this too because I was going to be a cop. So when I was starting to do my research and understand, criminals, and most of the time this and that, it's because majority of them come from a traumatized, like a hard upbringing.
Yeah, because I mean, just think about this. Like, your dad taught you right from wrong.
Yeah.
Early. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that.
Yeah.
To tell you right from wrong.
Facts.
They're learning as they go. You know what I'm saying? Like stealing or doing this or not being, like, even with the simple thing of being polite to your like elders. There's certain stuff that like some people are. I see an older woman. I'm gonna hold the door, or man, I'm gonna hold the door. It's just certain things. You're respectful.
Yeah.
You say yes, sir.
Yeah,
no, sir.
exactly.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's just stuff like that, and a lot of people nowadays don't have that, and it's because like they weren't taught that.
Structure.
Yeah. Just like you said, the home was kind of broken. They might have not had the dad.
Yeah.
They might have not had the mom in the homes. So there's a lot of stuff that they didn't learn from a 2-parent home.
No, I agree, and that's one thing I could definitely agree with and say is that my dad was on our ass. Like, he literally taught us how to be respectful towards anyone, especially old elders, especially in a Mexican family. Like, just respect your older people or the uncles
And I'm not saying
aunties.
hate the cut you.
Yeah, but like, to you guys that are watching it, or to anyone that's ever been through anything, like, don't let that determine your life. Don't let that make you, like, you know what I'm saying, make you into that. Don't recycle that type of lifestyle. Always want better for yourself. Always know that there's better for yourself, and always make sure that you're mentally strong, and don't ever hold something so deep to where you beat yourself up over it, or it cause you to be a drug addict or homeless or anything like that. Just a bad person. Like, hopefully you guys can understand like my side and my story, and see that, like, you don't have to go through the same cycle. You can be someone who completely changes your life around and start a whole new chapter, with a family, and show them what there is to life and what you shouldn't be in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But moving forward, like, what's something in your life that was such a happy moment for you at any point in your life?
Such a happy moment for me.
Like a part of your life where you're just like feeling your best, happiest, like everything's going good, like, or just something that's ever happened.
It's crazy. I'll say probably one of the happiest moments in my life was the day I graduated, like boot camp, and went to AIT, because I knew like that hardship of that shit was over with, and that was something I actually wanted to do, and I completed it. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of shit I was doing before that wasn't fully completing. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that was something I actually put my mind to and did, and actually complete, and actually liked it. You know what I'm saying? So that was something I could say that was really one of my like one of the happiest moments, because I got to actually complete something that like I set out to do.
Right. And how was that? Like when you say happy, like what do you mean? Like joyful? Like just what? Like
Yeah, like it felt like not a burden, but something was lifted. Like
mm-hmm.
I finally like completed something valuable in my life.
Right.
And I did something meaningful,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I felt. I felt like I actually had meaning to what I was doing in
Right.
life
Right.
at the
Love
moment.
that.
Even though I was a little grunt soldier, you know what I'm saying? Like there's fucking millions of us out there, but
No, that's dope because literally, like, you accomplished something you were working towards or that you really wanted to accomplish. And that feeling alone, accomplishing a goal, is an amazing feeling, no matter it be this small or this big or this, you know?
yeah,
And I feel that. And one thing for me, my happiest point in my life, literally, is like when I actually started making money. And I'm not talking about like 5,000 a month or anything. I'm talking about like real money, bro. Like the year when I first made my 6+ figures, bro, like that whole year, bro, I couldn't not wait to wake up. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I could not wait to go to the office, meeting, drive here, drive there, bro. Like I literally felt like about fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, and just to know like what I'm doing when I was at that moment, what I'm doing and all the hard work and the time separated, like I mean time spent and doing all this and doing all that was for, I mean I was gonna get fuck. What I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is like to know that I'm working so hard for a substantial amount of money was fucking amazing feeling, bro.
yeah,
Like to like when I first made my 10,000 in 1 month, bro, I was like, yo, like literally, bro. And I'm being so like real, and this isn't a flex, you guys. Like, I always dreamt of having money. I always dreamt of. I used to tell myself, I don't know. When I was little, bro, I literally used to look at myself and be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do in this world, but I just want to make fucking money. And I've tried this and I tried that and I did this and I try to go the right route, try to go like the respectable route and find a respectable 9 to 5 and go to college and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I just wanted money. Like, and obviously I wanted to do it in a healthy way, in a respectable way. And once I started getting money, bro, that was literally like the best pivot point of my life.
okay,
And part of it too is because I was able to financially send some more money to my family or help them out. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't even just for selfish reasons. It was like I could be that fucking guy in my family now. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I can show them like with a fucking real hustler mindset and an entrepreneur mindset, like, and sacrifice, like this is what can happen. You don't just have to work a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? And work 10 years there in order to make 60,000-80,000 a year. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you could do this shit in a year or two.
facts.
And I was able to show, and I used to tell myself like, yeah, fucking did it. I did it in silence. And my family in the beginning didn't know what I was really doing. I was training, I was doing media, I was this and that, but no one really knew what I was working for or working towards because I didn't want to tell them all this shit. I wanted to be like, boom,
Here it is.
boom, like a really like boom type of, and when they realized that, it was like, yeah, like I'm fucking that guy now. Like you should be proud of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it was like a lot of mixed emotions within that moment in my life. But bro, that first year where I started actually touching money, like, oh my God, I'll always remember that like the back of my hand, bro. And that was literally, one of like,
yeah. Turning points.
yeah,
Happy moments.
yeah. And to you guys out there that are still working towards something, or you feel like you haven't accomplished something, like you got to keep working. You got to keep trying.
It's definitely coming.
It's coming, but you really got to want it. Like you really got to sacrifice shit. You really got to prioritize shit. You really got to change your environment. Your whole fucking mindset has to change. And if you don't change and those bad habits stay, you're going to stay stuck and you're going to keep going in circles and you're wasting time. And the one thing we don't got a lot of is time. And hopefully you guys, can get inspired by this and understand it's like no excuses. Just go get to it at all costs. Be all in.
I like that.
And that's how we're going to end it.
I fuck with
Appreciate you guys. Shout out to my guy right here. Great fucking conversations. Make
Shout
sure you
out
guys,
to Bird.
Yeah. Make sure
I
you guys
fuck with
like,
it, man.
comment, subscribe, share. We appreciate you guys. Hope you guys love these raw, authentic conversations. And, you know, we got a lot of stuff coming and great ideas and other great guests. And we're just going to keep continuing to bring you guys great content, real content.
Yeah, I won't be stopped up next time. Y'all can thank Bird for that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we got a lot of shit coming. We trying to work up some shit in the back.
Mm-hmm.
We need more topics from you guys. So, you know, hit us up on YouTube, comment.
Please comment.
Like, please, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We love it. We love you guys.
Yeah. Make sure you guys follow our Instagram and our TikTok. It'll be in the link or in our bio. And we appreciate everyone that fucks with our podcast.
Yeah.
Peace.
Hey, we out.